Hello and welcome to Outside In. My name is Steven. Today, I'm going to be doing another request. I was talking to a couple commenters probably a couple weeks ago now, and we got to talking about air circulation. So I went on Google and I started doing some research. And what I found was that, wow, there is a lot of people that have that very question. Where is the best place to put my fan for the best circulation? That got me to thinking. So I went back and we started talking again, and I said, you know what, I went online and I did some research and I found out there's a lot of people that have that question. And I said, that actually gave me an idea to create a video. And immediately the person that I was talking to said, that would be an awesome video, because I've thought of that very same thing myself. Now in the last video I was talking about I couldn't use the case for that test that I was doing comparing a air quality monitor to the Langkow. And the reason that I said that I couldn't use it is because it was being utilized for another upcoming video. Well, this is that video. And I have been working on this to put it together for at least 2 weeks. And I've had to build a lot of things. Now, don't get me wrong, it's nothing huge, little things. Doing electronics, making some floodlights, and it's been so much fun. I had to make a special fan because what I wanted to do was I wanted to utilize the case, but I wanted to make the fan pretty much scale what you would have in your house. And I found a 24 volt fan, a 40 millimeter, just a small little fan, and I put 16 volts to it, which slowed it down, and it was barely putting out any air. So I was like, you know what, I think this is going to be perfect, pretty much scale to what someone would have in their home. And there was a couple of commenters that we were going back and forth at best placement. Now one person said is at the back of the room facing towards the opposite wall, and then other people started commenting saying the same thing. Then I got to thinking, if you have a rectangle room instead of a square room going to the farthest wall, will it have an effect? Will it be different? And then I thought, wait a minute, what if I put a fan like 2 foot away from your wall, facing towards that wall, and then it would just immediately hit the wall and start pluming out? I was like, you know what, that might work too. I wonder if that would even be better. If it turns out anything like what I saw, you guys are going to love it. But then I thought, well, wait a minute, ceiling fan. What about using a ceiling fan? If that is going to be better, maybe that's going to be better. Okay, I don't know. So I said, logically for me, I would think, because even when I was a kid, my grandmother would say, turn on the ceiling fan on the porch because the air will get circulated. So I was like, you know what? I thought of that. And I was like, you know what? That would be interesting too, to try that. Let's just do it all. I did the side of the wall going to the opposite, the back of the wall going to the front, and then I did right at the front of the wall facing toward it. I tried to place it within a couple inches or so from the walls to simulate 2 feet in a house. And then I did the ceiling. I made a special mount in my 3D program for the fan so I could hold it on the ceiling, and then I created a switch to activate it from the outside so I didn't interfere with the smoke that's in the case. I'm excited to get this video out. What I want each one of you to do that is going to watch this, I want you to make a guess what you think. Now I already know what somebody's going to think because they told me the best place to put it is in the back, face towards the opposite wall. That's going to give your best circulation. So take your best guess what you think is going to be the better way to create circulation in your living room, because this case is kind of sort of simulating a living room in someone's house. So make your guesses now. Now I sat here last night and I already guessed what I thought was going to be the best place to put a fan. Well, all I'll say is the results surprised me. But anyway, I really hope you guys enjoy this, and I think I'm doing a spin-off of this video, but you'll see that one too if I decide to do it. This is, I think, the most excited I've been in a long time about doing a video. I'm going to narrate the rest of this video. You know what? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Let's get going. Okay, now this is the first test that we're going to be doing. This is with no circulation at all. So I wanted to show what your air looks like in a closed up room with no windows open, no doors open. Now you'll notice that the smoke represents the air. Just like with any particulates, they bump into one another, moving around in the air, even though there's no circulation. And that's what this is going to simulate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just speed it up for the rest of the test. Okay, so there is the first test with no circulation at all. Your house is closed up, no windows, no doors open, and this is what the air would look like without any circulation. Okay, this is going to be the second test with the fan placed on the back wall facing the front wall. I forgot to turn the Christmas Village lights on for the first test, but now they're on. This test, we're going to see how quickly the air averages out after I turn on the fan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to time it for each of the four tests and see which technique averages the air out represented by the smoke the quickest. And I will speed each one of these tests up so you don't have to sit and wait a few minutes for the smoke to get where it needs to be to do the test. Okay, that took 12 seconds. So now let's move on to the sidewall and see how long that one takes to average the air out. Okay, now as you can see, the fan has been placed on the side wall, faced towards the opposite wall. And we will see, once the smoke is in the case, we will turn that fan on and see how long it takes to average the air out from the side wall. Again, I will speed this up so you don't have to wait for the smoke. Okay, that looked like that took 11 seconds for the air to equalize on the sidewall. All right, so let's move on to the front wall test. Okay, as you can see, I have moved the fan now to the front wall, facing toward the wall, and in your house it will stimulate probably about 2 feet away from the wall. And we'll see how long it takes to dissipate the air and average it out with this test. Again, I will speed up the smoke so you don't have to wait. Okay. Wow, that took 23 seconds. Wow, that's the longest yet. Okay, that blew my theory out of the wall then. All right, let's move on to the final test, which would be representing a ceiling fan. See how long that one takes to average out the air through circulation. As you can see, you can't see a fan. That is because it's now placed on the ceiling of this case. Once the smoke gets into the case, then I will turn the fan on and we can see how long it will take to average out the air in the room. And this was my original thought that this would be the best, but we're going to see. Okay, looks like the ceiling fan took about 11 seconds to average out the air in the room. The back wall took 12 seconds, side wall 11 seconds, front wall 23 seconds. Wow. And the ceiling took 11. So it seems as though the side wall and the ceiling are closer to circulation. Okay, so now to finish out this test, we're going to now evacuate like if you had a roof fan, a roof exhaust fan, and simulate what that would be like drawing dirty air out of your house. I thought that would be a good test as well. So here's what an attic fan would look like drawing the bad air out of your house. And then we will finish with that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, that was interesting and exciting. You're going to be like, wait a minute, you're in different clothes than you were when you started this video. And you would be right. And that is because last night I spent a lot of time putting this together. Camera, so I was like, it's perfect. No need to test it. So I went through all of the tests that you just saw in this video. And then I put it on the computer to edit it. I was excited. I was going to stay up all night last night to get that up to this morning. And when I put the video in the computer, it was incredibly, horribly dark. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to see if I can enhance it. So I used 3 different programs to try to enhance it, but the only thing I did was made it worse, because anybody that's in photography knows that when you take an image that is underexposed, especially in areas where there's no detail, when you try to enhance that, all you're going to do is just make it even worse. Introduce a lot of grain, and then I tried to denoise it. It just made it blurry. Then I tried to sharpen it, just made it grainy again. So I was like, oh no, I'm not sure what to say. My energy level shot down. And after all that time doing this video, you know what they say, everything always looks better in the morning. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go to bed. Finally, I got it to the right light that I wanted. If it's not one thing, it's always something else. I think, anyway, that it turned out to be an incredible resemblance of what would happen depending on where you had a fan placed in your living room or in your room to see how the air would be circulated. The Christmas Village was just a brainstorm of mine, because when I was thinking about doing this, I was like, wow, it's going to be so boring to just have an empty case. Wait a minute, what about a Christmas Village? It is Christmas time. This was a lot of fun doing this video, even though all the problems that I had creating it. I'm going to finish this video off with something a little extra. So I want to finish it out with a song, because I just love this scene. I just think it turned out incredible. I hope that you liked it too. I really do. This is something definitely different than I've ever done before. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Find someone this Christmas season that needs a reason to go on, and give them the gift of life. Give them the gift of love. Find somebody that needs a hug. Give them a hug. Have yourself a very Merry Christmas and an incredibly joyous and wonderful New Year. God be with every single one of us. And I will see you in the next one.